Testing, 1, 2, 3. Good morning. I think we're ready to get started. Even though there are a few other people who are supposed to join us, we'll go ahead and get started. I think everybody can hear me just fine. If not, please let me know if my volume is not loud enough so I can make an adjustment. Just let me know by typing in the chat box. Okay, good morning and welcome to the Colleague on Demand Resources webinar. My name is Cynthia Proctor. I'm the coordinator for technology training, and I thank you for joining us. So let me just let you know what we're going to be covering. But first, just a couple of, or just one housekeeping rule. If you have any questions, I'd like to ask you to please type them in the chat box, and I'll try to address them as we go along. If not, there should be time at the end for questions and answers. Okay, let's talk about the topics we're going to cover. First, we're going to talk about how to request an Ellucian Hub account. Also, how to access and log into the Hub, how to navigate the Hub, and most importantly, how to access the Colleague on Demand training. Okay, let's get started. I'll show you the first step, and that is how you go about getting an Ellucian Hub account. You have to request it. So first you have to go to the website. So you would just start typing in the address bar. We're just going to type in Ellucian. That's ELLUCIAN.OKTA.com. And then you can press enter. Of course, you can see by my screen, I've been there already. When the website comes up, I already have an account, but for you, you're going to click the link that says sign up for a Hub account. So you click there, and you will complete the information here. You put in your PGCC email address and then confirm it. You have to click I'm not a robot and then submit. Now, based on this request will go to the enterprise technology team department. Someone on that team will then verify that you are an employee, and then you will receive an email with a link for you to go in and, if I'm not mistaken, it's a link as well as a temporary password to click on and go in and log in. At that time, then you will set your new password, and then you'll have access to the account. Okay, so I'm going to go back because I do already have an account. I'm going to put in my password. And then click sign in. Now we're on the Hub landing page. And all of these are options, or as they call them really, apps that you have access to. Up at the top, we see the bar. You have the home button. That will take you back. If you should navigate away from this page, by clicking home, it'll take you there. Then you have notifications. Of course, you probably won't have any notifications, but that is available. And then here is where you go into your settings for your account. If you click on settings, this tells you your account information. You can then go in and edit the information as far as if you wanted a security image, you can pick the image that you want. For some reason, if you wanted a different display language, you could edit that as well. And here is where you can put in your forgotten password question. You can edit it, put in whatever question you want, and then whatever the answer is. And then should you need to reset your password, you would be able to do that. Okay, now to go back to that home page, again, I just click on home. It takes me back to the landing page. Now, a lot of these apps that are in the hub, you're going to find out they may not apply to you depending on your position here at the college. A lot of this is support for the enterprise technology department as far as for those people who support colleague. All right, but if we go to my account, this information here is just going to tell you, here are our Ellucian contacts. Here are the college's contacts. And these are the people that pretty much handle giving access to the hub. Right. Now, when I'm done with this page, I can just close it. It always launches the apps in a new window, or I should say a new tab. Okay, utilities. This is if you want to request an app that you don't have access to. But normally these are the ones you're going to have, and there's probably not too many more that you would need. I'm going to come back to e-communities a little bit later. Customer information, again, if you click on this, you will see this is the Customer Information Center. Now, a lot of this, again, may not apply to us because this is for all of Ellucian's products, which that means not just colleague. It could be Banner, it could be some of the ones that you see here. Again, these are for some of the people that really support colleague and any of the other Ellucian products. All right. I can close this window now and go back. Again, documentation. This is the technical documentation that goes across all of the colleague modules, such as core. But again, all of this applies more to the technical team and those people in enterprise technology. So we can close that. The support center, again, this is the same type of thing. Should there be any problems with the application or any of the enterprise technology department wants access to any documentation, the libraries are here. And then this will show you all of the documentation for the different Ellucian products. They could come in here, find something that's related to colleague if they need some assistance or they need information as far as installing, let's say maybe a new component or something along those lines. Okay, we close this. Again, Ellucian XE, this is again documentation. Again, more along the lines for the enterprise technology department. More for the developers and the people that support it. So let's close that. Again, more documentation. This again is helping those who support the applications. If they're looking for anything, they may be able to find it here under the resources. Now, this is what applies mostly to those of you who are on this webinar, is the on-demand training. And this is mostly what we're going to spend a lot of our time on right here. So let's go into that. Now, we have what's called an on-demand subscription library that allows us to view on-demand training resources. Now, all you have to do is go up to the on-demand training menu, and then you pick the application that you're looking for. We're dealing with Colleague here. Again, as I mentioned, Ellucian has other products other than just Colleague. So we're going to look at Colleague. Now, the first thing that you see is the Colleague UI 5 navigation course. Now, this course is to kind of familiarize you with navigating in Colleague. You can view the course. Now, you just have to be mindful that this is just a generic, basic Colleague navigation course. It is not specific to our environment and those things that we may have enabled. So we're going to click on View Course. Okay, the first thing you see, it's going to give you a summary of what the course covers, a description, as well as the duration. You say that's the course that you want to take, you would click Enroll. I've already taken this. I'm going to resume from where I left off. Now, as you see my screen, I have where it shows me the course here. And over on the right-hand side, it shows me each one of the modules that are there. So each one of the lessons that are here, I can click on it to then pick it up. So I'm clicking on the first one. The next thing it will do is it wants you to launch the lesson. So you would click Launch. And I'm hoping that once this does launch, you're able to hear the audio as well as see the screen.
Colleague is an integrated system that connects your entire institution and provides a comprehensive view of your students, finances, human resources, fundraising, and other critical business functions. Colleague eliminates the need to navigate multiple networks and systems by offering every constituent with a personalized view of data. Colleague provides both back-end information sharing and convenient front-end services. Colleague also offers built-in workflows and the automated processes that increase self-service and productivity. With Colleague, you can bring together the power of integration, web and mobile self-service, and out-of-the-box reporting. Colleague is a complex system that supports different offices through comprehensive applications.
Okay. So
an application
what I'm
is a unique.
Do now is just pause that. But as you see, this is not a very long video, or at least this lesson is not very long. And then it will give you some background on Colleague and how it works, as well as then each one of the lessons will cover something different. So I'm going to close this. Let me see. I'm actually going to I want it to think I completed my lesson. So once you complete the lesson, all you have to do, I'm going to make sure it knows that I completed it, close this, and it should then prompt you to go to the next one. You will be marked, notice it here, it says complete and continue down at the bottom. All right, if you click the arrow, it should then take you down to the next lesson. So now we're on lesson number 2. So all we'd have to do again is launch, and then so forth. And then you can complete all of these. These will just give you a basic overview of how to work in Colleague, how to navigate, how to access person records, how to access and do search, set your user preferences, and so forth. Okay. Now, the other thing that you will notice when you're in a course is if we look up at the top of the screen, one, if I wanted to, I could collapse this pane that's over on the right-hand side. I can also bring it back. But in particular, if the course has any resources, if I click on this little download button, it will show me whether or not there are any resources available to me, any documents or anything along those lines that I can download. I click on one of them if there's more than one, and then I can actually view it. If I want to download it, all I have to do is click our button right here to download, and then it will download it. If you look in the lower left-hand corner of my screen, you will see that it downloaded that document as a PDF. So all I would have to do is go to my default location that downloads, which is the download folder, and then I would be able to access this and print it. Or I could just print it from here without downloading it. Okay, now let's take a look. Now we saw that we have resources available to us, but let's take a look at how you determine how far along you are in your progress on a course. And we can do that by going to this little link here that says back to my learning. When we click on that link over on the left-hand side of the screen, it will take us to our transcript, which then shows us where we are. So now we see my training. I've requested 12 courses. I'm able to see what my current courses are that I'm in the progress of. Right now it tells me I've completed 1 out of the 11 modules. Other courses that I have requested that maybe I have not begun, they will tell you. This one says 0 out of 3 modules. If I want to see those courses I've completed, I click on the completed button and it will show me those that I've completed. Now, if I want to get back, well, let's take a look at this. We'll look at the inbox. Not that it would really, all this does is tell you that it says you've purchased it, but all you did was request it. So anything that you request, you will see that in the inbox there's an email that says, tells you the date over here on the right that you requested it, and so forth. Now, if I want to go back to home or go back to my training, I click on the link. It takes me back to my training, or I click on home that takes me back here. Now, let's go back and take a look at how you know what courses are available to you. First, we looked at under on-demand training and colleague. First, we looked at the basic navigation course. But if we scroll down, here are all the courses that are available to us here. Now, we're in Colleague UI 5. So these are the ones at the top. You want to click to see what courses are available under the different modules. So if we click under Accounts Receivable UI 5, where it says See Courses, we're able to see what courses are available under this module. Wherever it says View Course, this is a course that is available to us. It's part of our subscription that we pay for. So if it says that there's nothing there and it says premium subscription required, that means we don't have access to that course. We have what they call it an Advantage Plus subscription. So wherever you see the button that says View Course, this is a course that's available to us. Again, just like we saw before, you would click on View Course. It will give you a summary, a description, and a duration. Then you're able to click the Start to actually request this course, and then you can begin it. Okay, we're going to use our back arrow to go back a screen. Let's go back one more because we're going to go back and see what's available under the core module. So click See Courses. You will always see the navigation course always at the top of the page. In this module right now, we don't have any courses that we're able to view. All right, so when we don't see that, we know that we don't have any courses available under that one. I'm going to go back one. Let's take a look at finance. See the courses under there, what's available to us. Okay, we have the ability to view the Managing Requisitions course. So again, we could click on View Course. It will give us a summary, description, and the duration. Only thing you would do again is click Start to begin that course. Request it and to begin it. Okay, let's go back. Click our back button a couple times, and then we'll look at what's available under financial aid. Under financial aid, we have the ability to see the Assigning Student Budgets course. If we continue to scroll down, we'll see that is the only course that is available to us under our subscription. Okay, we're going to click the back button again. And now let's take a look at under Human Resources, what's available to us. If we scroll down, we'll see that under Human Resources, there aren't any courses available to us under our subscription. Again, let me click on the back arrow, and let's take a look at this. This is where you're going to see the majority of your courses available under the student module. So click See Courses, and you will see that under Recruitment, we have all the courses available there. Under Admissions, we have a number of courses available there. Registration, we have all of the courses available there. And that is it. So again, these are available to anyone within the college as long as you sign up for an Ellucian Hub account. Again, the steps to go through that, we typed in the address bar ellucian.okta.com, pressed enter, and then there was a link that allowed us to click Sign Up. When you sign up, someone in the Enterprise Technology Department gets the request. They verify that you are an employee here, and then an email is sent to you with the information about logging in, what your username will be, as well as a temporary password. And then you're able to go in and set up your account. Okay, so now I think we have a pretty good idea of what's available to us on demand. So I'm going to close this. Anytime you want to retake a course that you've already completed, you're able to do a retake, or I should say lesson that you want, as well as even the entire course. For some reason, if you say, I didn't really get it, I can always retake it and go through that information again. Okay, I'm going to close this tab. And now we're back at the landing page of the Hub. Last app that's on the hub is colleague certification. Again, this is an area that is more for the enterprise technology department. This is where they basically say, I believe, what equipment is certified. So you can look to see if, I guess, the platform that we're using is certified, whether it's SQL Server, which version and so forth is certified, so we know that we're running on a platform that Ellucian approves of. Okay, so we can close this. Now I saved the e-communities for last for those of you who may need this information. If we click on e-communities, this is where Ellucian lets its customers come out and talk about issues they're having, have discussions about this is what we're seeing in our environment. Is anyone else having this problem? Ellucian puts information out here as if you look at Ellucian News. So all of this information is available to all of its customers. Now, the nice thing that I like about this, if you're new to e-communities, over here on the right-hand side, you'll see Community Get It Started videos. It gives you an overview of the home page, tells you how to update your profile. If you want to follow people, places, or content, you can do that. How to post content. Again, this may be some information that is not something that most staff or faculty would need. But if you're someone that is supporting colleague, and this is where you could go to get additional information. So we looked at Ellucian News. If we look at the all activity, it will show you the discussions that people are having, what's the most recent, what's top and trending. If a lot of people are sharing the same information, then you may want to follow something or anything like that. So again, a lot of this is probably not something that most people would use. If you wanted to get a daily digest of what's being posted, you could sign up for that. And then also over here on the right-hand side is the product roadmap. This is basically where Ellucian tells their customers, here's what we're planning to do to upgrade colleague, or here's what's going on, the changes that are coming in the future, and so forth. So if there was something you were saying, oh, I want to see maybe what is coming up for the roadmap for colleagues and student 2018, you could then go through this presentation and it would tell you, here's what we plan on updating and upgrading throughout the quarters. So they will tell you, we're going to do this, and so forth. And it's just at a high level. So this is the way that for those of us who do work with colleague and who support it, this is the way that we get the information that lets us know what upgrades and updates are coming. Okay. All right. So I can go back to my all places and I could see everything here. But again, this may be something, if you want to take a look at it just to see what's here, you can. We can go look at the people. And this is everything here. All right. So basically, this is information that you might find helpful. You can look and see what's out here just to understand what people are posting and what's going on. Again, one thing just to point out, a lot of this may not apply to you, especially there's not just Colleague out here. There are other Ellucian products, as well as if you're not someone that actually supports Colleague, it may not apply to you as well. But it is out here. It is good if you want to find out more information about Colleague and what is going on with Ellucian and the things that they're doing. You may find this interesting. Okay, so we can close this and we can go back to the landing page of the hub. Now we're pretty much winding down, but now I just have a question for anyone who was not on in the beginning. Can you please let me know in the chat if you need me to go over the steps of how to request an account? I would be more than happy to do that. Hello? Okay. If there's not anybody who is asking for me to cover those steps again, I'm opening it up for questions. Any questions? Okay, very good. Okay, so let me show you how I got to this point. Okay, I'm going to close this. Okay. Now, are you able to see still see my screen? Great. Okay, so in the address bar, you're going to type Ellucian, and that's ELLUCIAN.OKTA.com, and then press enter. When you do that, the next step you're going to get is you're going to need to go to this link that says sign up for a hub account. Okay, you will click there. You will enter your PGCC email account, then confirm it. Click the checkbox for I'm not a robot, and then submit it. Someone in Enterprise Technology will verify that you are an employee. You will then receive an email with a link with your username and a temporary password for you to then log in and then set up or log in to access your account. You'll then be able to set a new password, and then you will have access to the hub. So when you come in, you will see what I saw, which is the sign in. When you click that link, you will put your username in, your password, and then sign in. And then you will have access to the hub. Okay, great. Any other questions? Now, I did not ask those of you that are on the call what position you have and whether or not a lot of this applies to you. So can you give me a little type in the chat box whether you're faculty or staff and whether or not you use Colleague. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. And do you use Colleague? Okay, great. Good. So I hope some of these. Okay, great. Great. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Is that Brooks? Sorry, I don't know your first name. I just see your username. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, good. So hopefully you can go out and take a look at the on-demand. Some of it, again, may apply to you, may not, but at least you have the ability to access those on-demand resources. So let me know if you have any other questions. Other than that, I think we pretty much gave you just a little overview of how to an account, a hub account, how to navigate the hub, and also how to access the on-demand training resources. Okay, if there are no other questions, I thank you for your time and attention. And I ask that you please, when you receive the email, please complete the evaluation and let us know if this webinar was helpful. And if you have some suggestions or something else that you would like to see, please let us know, because your feedback is important to us. So again, thank you very much for your time and attendance. We are now going to, if there are no further questions, we are going to end the webinar. Thank you and have a good day.